It is the start of a brand new season for University of Chicago softball. They are on the West Coast to kick things off as they visit the Cal Lutheran Regals for a doubleheader. Hi, everybody. Graham Dunwoody here on Graham Sportscasting Channel, taking you through the action as Ruth Kamak Chicago Maroons look to start off their 2026 season on the right note after a year in which they won 21 games but did not reach the NCAA tournament. Chicago will begin things with 4 games on the West Coast. 2 today against Cal Lu, then they take on Chapman and then Bridgewater on Sunday. They've got a week off and then head to Florida for a 10-game set across their spring break week. Chicago, led by 27th-year coach Ruth Kamak, the all-time winningest coach in the history of Chicago softball, return much of their offense, but have a difficult question to answer in how are they going to replace their ace pitcher, Paige Hefke. Hefke pitched to a 2.10 ERA in the circle last year, won 16 games. The rest of the staff combined for just 5 wins. Alana Kimball had all 5 of those, and meanwhile, the only other 2 pitchers on Chicago's roster did not win a single game, combined to go 0 for 7. And so now it'll be up to Nicole Wong in the circle today to right that ship. Chicago's starting lineup behind Wong, batting first in right field, Sedona Ding. Batting second playing shortstop is Madeline Murphy. Batting third playing center field, Natalie Anton. Batting fourth playing first base is Olivia Cataldo. Matilda Nelson's at the hot corner and bats 5th. Audrey Hoy in left field is batting 6th. Hannah Schwager, a freshman, batting 7th at the designated player spot, followed by junior catcher Mia Bosian and freshman second baseman Laken Wilkinson. Those are your 9 for Chicago. Now for the home team, the Cal Lutheran Regals. 1-4 on the year. In their last series, they failed to score a single run in a 3-game set against 23rd ranked Chapman. So they have now fallen to 1-4 on the season after that sweep. Their lineup today: center fielder Mia Riveles, left fielder Reina Perez, first baseman Jessica Waters, third baseman Danielle Diaz, shortstop Sofia Avales, designated player Grace Bracamontes, catcher Riley Carrillo, second baseman Brooke Strom, and right fielder Riley Osborne. And in the circle for them is right-handed pitcher Allie Bell, the senior making her 3rd appearance of the season. 0-1 with a 5.25 ERA, walked 4 and struck out 4 across her first 2 starts. Bell on her 4th year playing collegiate softball. Her first year with Cal Lutheran, as she transferred in from Redlands after 1 year with them. Last time out against Chapman, she gave up 6 earned runs across 4.1 innings pitched, walking 3 and striking out 4. But had a very excellent start her first time out this year at La Sierra. Despite a 2-1 loss to the team, she pitched excellently, only 2 runs allowed through 6.1 innings pitched. She has the ability to get her team a win today if indeed it is a low-scoring game like their offensive performance through 5 games would seem to indicate. Chicago will have first crack at her. They are the visitors in this one. They'll be on the road for the first half of their season, of course. It is boiling hot in California right now, in the high 80s temperature-wise. Back here in Chicago, it's in the high 50s, and gusty makes it feel like even less. About ready to get things underway. Sedona Ding will lead things off for Chicago, the sophomore from California. Maroons have plenty of California natives coming back to their home state for this trip. The first time Chicago's ever been to the West Coast. For all of us, glad you could join us and let's play. First pitch on the way to ding is outside for ball one, and UChicago's 2026 campaign is officially underway. Official start time 12 p.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Central, here at Hutton Field on the campus of Cal Lutheran University. Second pitch to ding is also outside. Called a strike, though. Count is now 1-1. Ding, not a power hitter, just 4 extra base hits in her high school and collegiate career combined, one of them last year. Second pitch is next pitch a little bit low, and that is ball 2. Ding broke the UChicago record last season with 30 stolen bases, ranked second in school history in number of walks, so she is very efficient at getting herself on base. Next pitch on the way, and it's outside for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike to the sophomore from Palos Verdes, California. Facing off against the veteran pitcher Ali Forbell. Now the 3-1 to ding, and that's inside the strike zone, I should say. Clipped the outside corner, and the count runs full. Ding has not taken the bat off her shoulders just yet. She climbs back into the box for another 3-2 pitch, and it's swung on and fouled. Back behind home plate, the count stays 3-2. We saw Ding do this a lot to veteran pitchers last season. Run up their pitch count as a leadoff batter. Be even better if she can draw a walk here to put some pressure on Forbell and the Cal Lu defense right away. Now the 3-2 pitch. Ground ball to first base. The first baseman Waters steps in the bag, and Ding is out number 1 of this 2026 season. So Jessica Waters puts out Ding. Defensive arrangement for Cal Lu. Perez, Reveles, and Osborne occupy the outfield spots. Danielle Diaz, Sofia Abeles on the infield. First pitch on the way to Murphy is outside, and it's ball 1. Continuing on, Diaz, Aviles, Brooke Strom, and Jessica Waters make the 4-man infield. Riley Carrillo plays catcher and takes that one. Clips the outside corner, and a ball and a strike now to Madeline Murphy. Murphy regressed from her breakout sophomore campaign. Now entering her final year at the University of Chicago, she sends one foul down the right field line, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Ali Forbell stands in. And now the 1-2 pitch to Murphy is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sedona Ding grounded out to first to begin things. After running the count full, Murphy trying to do the same here. And now the 1-2 pitch on the way to her, and it's swung on and grounded hard to short. Avila's up with it, throws to Waters, and that is out number 2. 6-3 put out for Murphy. 2 away for the visitors here in inning number 1. Two outs, nobody on. Natalie Antin comes to the plate. She had a very fine season last year in 2025, OPSing .872, batting .350. The LA native now entering her 3rd year with UChicago. Harvard Westlake High School looks at strike 1 in the outside corner. 0-1 pitch to Anton now is fly to left field. Heading into foul territory is Reina Perez, and she will not get to it. Drops foul, the count's 0-2. Ali Forbell looking for a 1-2-3 inning. In her 3rd start of 2026, the former Redlands transfer in her 3rd year with Cal Lu. 1 strike away from a perfect inning. Anton flies it to center field. Center fielder's over. Rivelas makes the catch. Anton is retired, and the Maroons go 1-2-3 to begin 2026. UChicago and Cal Lu underway from Hutton Field. on Grand Sportscasting Channel. Game 1 is underway for U Chicago softball in the 2026 season. Ruth Kamak's team looking to improve on a 21-19 record. Last season, they finished it very strong, 6 consecutive wins against NYU and Brandeis. But they will have to deal with the loss of their number 1 pitcher a year ago, and frankly, for the last 4 years, Paige Hefke is off to greener pastures, and Nicole Wong, a senior, will step into the circle to replace her. Wong pitched to a 6.45 ERA a year ago, 0-4 record in 16 appearances, only 5 starts. Hefke started 25 of the Maroons' 40 games. Wong pitched 38 innings. Has had trouble finding that swing and miss stuff, just a tick over 4 strikeouts per 9. She stands in against Mia Revelis for Cal Lutheran, an offense that hasn't scored a run in 3 games, and her first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Wong looking to work fast. The 0-1 to Revelis is swung on and laced to right field. It'll hook foul, and the count's 0-2. Nicole Wong 1 strike away from a good start to her day. The 0-2 pitch. Check swing. She did not go. Pitch high and outside, and the count's 1 ball and 2 strikes. 0-0 score here at William Hutton Field. Wong back into her windup. The 1-2 pitch is hit sharply over Murphy's head, and a base hit for Mia Revelis to begin the bottom half of the first inning. She is aboard. Cal Lutheran as a team has had trouble getting offense done, just .246 batting average through their first 5 games of the year, OPSing .620. Mia Revelis was 2 for her first 8 before that base hit. So now Reina Perez stands in. She bat .429 in the first part of this season, and the first pitch from Wong is outside. 1-0 the count on Reina Perez. Revelis is running. Boshin's throw is a little bit wide, and a successful stolen base for Mia Revelis. She's now 2 for 2 on the season, and the Regals have a runner into scoring position with nobody out. Next pitch from Wong is high. 3 balls and no strikes to count, and Wong now in danger of having a couple runners on with nobody out. Now the 3-0 pitch from Wong. Perez takes a strike on the outside corner. The Maroons' top returning pitcher by ERA was Alana Kimball, who's now a junior at U Chicago, and the 3-1 pitch is way outside, and that's going to be a walk. Reina Perez reaches for Cal Lutheran and have 2 runners on with nobody out. Jessica Waters now comes to the plate. .286 average on the season, 4 for her first 14, including one of Cal Lu's only 2 home runs on the year. Runners on first and second with nobody out. First pitch from Wong is low and away, and that is ball one. Wong cannot allow herself to get behind in the count repeatedly here. 0-1 pitch is fouled back. Evens the count 1-1. The Maroons went 1-2-3 in the top of the first inning. Sedona Ding, Madeline Murphy, and Natalie Anton were all retired in order. Now Cal Luth threatening with 2 runners on. Pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And that will retire Waters. Was an 0-2 pitch, I'm sorry. First strikeout for Nicole Wong, and she needed that one. Gets her first out of the 2026 season. That brings up third baseman Danielle Diaz. Diaz 4 for her first 15. Revelos running to third. Bosian throws a good one, and she is safe. Perez takes second on the play. Second stolen base in this first inning for Revelos, and it was a good throw from Bosian down to Matilda Nelson there at third base, but the tag was not applied. Now 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Pitch from Wong. That is inside. The count is now 2-0. Wong trying to hunker down here. Next pitch, grounded sharply to Wilkinson, who bobbles it. It's on the ground. There's no play. Lakin Wilkinson, E4. Run scores from third base, Revelos. Perez advances to third. And Cal Lutheran now leads it 1-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Unfortunate here for Chicago as a quick mound visit to meet with Nicole Wong. Already given up a run and only 1 out so far for the Chicago senior. Sophia Aviles is the 5th batter to the plate here at the bottom of this first inning. Aviles batting .333 and 15 at-bats of the year. First pitch to her is popped high into the air, and Bosian will take a look. It'll go behind and into the bleachers for strike 1. Regals 1, Maroons nothing. Bottom of the first, 1 out with runners on first and third base. 0-1 pitch to Aviles. He's grounded sharply in the middle and through for a base hit. Perez will score on that. It's an RBI for Sophia Aviles. And Cal Lutheran now leads it 2-0. Found a hole in right back up the middle in between Murphy and Wilkinson. And she collects a firm single for Cal Lutheran's second hit of the inning and drives in their second run. First and second with 1 out. 2-0, Regals lead it. Wong's first pitch is a called strike on the outside corner to Grace Bracamontes, the 6th batter of the inning for Cal Lu. Wong wants a double play ball. Ground ball. Snared by Wong. On the run. Throws to third. And they'll get the lead runner. Wong made a nice pick on that once. It bounced right in front of home plate. Right into her glove. And she got the lead runner Diaz out. But Bracamontes moves to first on that fielder's choice. And there are 2 away. 7th batter of the inning for Cal Lutheran, Riley Carrillo, the catcher, takes inside for ball 1. Already 3 stolen bases for Cal Lu in this inning, including one that Mia Bosian's throw looked good to snare, but the tag was not perfect and she was called safe. Next pitch right down the heart of the plate for strike 1. 2-0 Cal Lutheran. First and second, 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch from Nicole Wong to Carrillo is down, and that is ball 2. Carrillo no hit so far and 8 at-bats on the year, making her 4th start of the season at the catcher position. Next pitch to her is grounded on the ground. Wilkinson has trouble with it again. Ball squirts away from her, and it was a tricky play fading to her right. Carrillo will reach. Base hit for her, and the bases are now loaded again. Brooke Strom coming to the plate for Cal Lu, the 8th batter of the inning. Chance to do some real damage here for Strom out of the 8-hole. First pitch from Wong is flied to left, hooking foul, Audrey Hoy over. It will go beyond the wall, and it's 0-1. Strom 2 for her first 11 so far on the season. 0-1 from Wong on the way and very high over the head of Strom. That'll even the count. Strom just 5 foot 0, so understandable to put it over her head, but you want to see a little more command. Now the 1-1 is outside and called a strike. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Brooke Strom. Nicole Wong 1 strike away from escaping the inning. The 1-2 pitch is lined down the left field line and foul. Still a chance to do some serious damage. The sophomore from Holtville, California. The 1-2 inside. Almost got a piece of Strom, but did not attempt to get out of the way of it. It'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nicole Wong's pitch count approaching 30. Now the 2-2 is way outside, and that will run the count full. Couple of non-competitive pitches that Strom was never going to offer at. Nowhere to put her. 3-2. Here she comes. Ground ball. Murphy slips it over to Wilkinson, who makes the one-handed squeeze, and Cal Lutheran leaves the bases loaded. But they do get 2 runs here in inning number 1. We go to the second. It is the Regals 2 and the Maroons nothing on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Back at William Hutton Field, where UChicago finds themselves trailing 2-0 after Cal Lutheran sent 8 batters to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. Looks like they are ruling that hit by Carrillo an error on Wilkinson, so not what I would have gone with, but it is another E4, so 2 errors for Lakin Wilkinson in her first inning. Not the start you want, but she's got quite a lot of collegiate softball left to go. She will have a chance to bat 6 in this inning. 4, 5, and 6 due up for UChicago. It is Olivia Cataldo, Matilda Nelson, and Audrey Hoy looking to chip into this 2-0 Cal Lutheran lead. Neither of the runs were earned on Nicole Wong. Cataldo stands in against Forbell, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Forbell had to throw 15 pitches to get through that first inning. Her second pitch is a strike on the bottom of the strike zone, and the count evens at a ball and a strike. Olivia Cataldo missed a large portion of the 2025 campaign with injury. Had a very strong start to the season, and I would say she did not necessarily come back at full power. Played just 12 games, started 9, but OPS 985 in those games. She swings over top of a breaking pitch, and it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. First whiff induced by either pitcher today. And now the 2-2 pitch to Cataldo is fly to right. Racing back on it is the second baseman, and Straw will make the catch for out number 1. 4 up and 4 down so far for Ali Forbell. Brings up Matilda Nelson, who is looking to build off an excellent power hitting season in which she OPS'd over 1 and became just the 5th season in U Chicago history with 7 or more home runs. She takes the first pitch off the outside corner for a ball. Trying to break up this perfecto that Forbell has going. He's retired the first 4 batters. 1-0 to Nelson is grounded sharply foul. Just off left of the third baseman Diaz. Count is now a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch to Nelson is down too low, and that'll be ball number 2. Nelson started 37 games last year, missed a couple of them with injury, 14 extra base hits, led the team. Next pitch grounded sharply, and Aviles backhands it. High throw takes the first baseman off the bag, and Nelson is safe at first. I assume that'll be an E6. It was not a great throw from Aviles. And that is indeed the ruling. Matilda Nelson, the first base runner of the 2026 campaign for Ruth Kamak's team. 1 on, 1 out for left fielder Audrey Hoy, who bats 6 in the order. Hoy bat .325, started all 40 a season ago. Nelson bluffs, first pitch down too low for ball 1 to Hoy. Hoy went to South Forsyth High School in Cumming, Georgia, and now a full infield mound visit with pitcher Ali Forbell, who is still yet to surrender a hit. Just gave up her first base runner in the form of Matilda Nelson. No problems here. She will stay in. Cal Lutheran ahead 2-0. Audrey Hoy at the plate. The count is 1-0. Pitch to her. That is clips the outside corner for strike 1. Good pitch poured in there from Forbell, who located that one correctly. Now the 1-1 is fouled back. Count no, a ball and 2 strikes on the U Chicago's junior. Hoy third on the team last year with 38 hits behind Justin Onading and Matilda Nelson. And she fights off another well-located fastball on the outside corner, keeping the count at 1-2. Maroons still looking for their first hit. Matilda Nelson represents their first base runner. Nelson, not a very proficient stealer, attempted just 3 a season ago and was successful in all 3 tries. Now the 1-2, that brushes Hoy in and evens the count. The Maroons are doing a good job extending these ABs. Now 4 of 6 have gone 5 pitches or longer, trying to wear out the Cal Lutheran senior. Next pitch, right back up the middle and through for a base hit. Audrey Hoy hit it right to Forbell as she just watched it go by here. Didn't have the instincts to snare that one. Nelson will reach second on the play. Maroons have their first base hit of 2026, courtesy of Audrey Hoy. First and second with one out. We will see the class of 2029 in action for the first time. It is Hannah Schwager, the freshman wearing number 10 at the designated player spot to begin her college career. And the first pitch is wild, and both runners are going to advance. It was inside on Schwager, and she has a chance of driving a couple runs now with runners on second and third. So an opportunity for her to really show her stuff in her first collegiate AB. Second and third, one out. Count 1-0. Pitch from Forbell is grounded sharply and foul. That is some pretty bat speed from the freshman catcher. Native of Newton, Massachusetts, went to Newton South High School. One of 7 freshmen on this UChicago roster, one of Ruth Kamak's biggest classes that she's taken in some time. Next pitch is low. 2 balls and a strike now, the count on Hannah Schwager. Matilda Nelson and Audrey Hoy both in scoring position. Nelson reached by way of E6. Hoy with a firm single at the middle. Now the 2-1 pitch to Schwager, and that'll brush her inside for ball 3. 3 balls and a strike to the freshman. Chance to load the bases for Mia Bosian on deck. Now the 3-1 is going to clip the outside corner, and that will run the count full. Again, we see UChicago really extending these ABs. Schwager swung the bat just one time. Full count pitch, ground ball to third base, and they will throw to first. Nelson breaks for home, and she will slide, and she's safe. Matilda Nelson took advantage. As soon as Diaz got rid of that ball to throw out Hannah Schwager, Nelson broke for home and beat the throw from the first baseman. Waters and the Maroons have their first run of the 2026 campaign. It's 2-1 Regals. On that play, Hoy also advanced to third. It'll be an RBI ground out for Hannah Schwager, so chalk that her first career RBI. Runner on third with 2 outs for Mia Bosian, who had an offensive season to forget last year after she starred so mightily in her freshman year, bat just 140 a season ago. Ruth Kamak knows she can do better. Next pitch is inside for ball 2. Allie Forbell being made to throw a lot of pitches so far in this one. Surrendered just 1 hit, but UChicago is driving up her pitch count. 2-0 to Bosian. She takes that on the outside corner, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike to the UChicago junior, native of Lawrenceville, New Jersey. 2-1 to her. That is right down the heart of the plate. Evens the count 2-2. Now the 5th time and maybe make it the 6th time in 8 ABs that Forbell's run the count full. 2-2 to her is fouled right side. Mia Bosian's approach was not necessarily that bad last year, just the results never came for her. An over 37 hitless streak at one point. Another 2-2 coming from Forbell, and here she comes. Swinging a hard foul. Keeps the count right at 2-2. Audrey Hoy on third. It represents the game-tying run here in the top of the 2nd inning. Mia Bosian looking for a big base hit to start 2026. This is flown to right field. Over is Osborne, and she will make the catch. And the side is retired. Bosian put a pretty good swing on it, went the opposite way. But flies out to right, and that will end the Maroons' second. They get a run, though. UChicago trailing 2-1 to the home Cal Lutheran Regals. Bottom of the second inning coming up here at William Hutton Field. Cal Lutheran leads 2-1 in the U Chicago season opener of 2026. Maroons pitcher Nicole Wong is back out there. She threw over 30 pitches and had 8 batters come to the plate. Stranded the bases loaded after Cal Lu had already gotten 2 runs in. Both runs were unearned due to a couple of errors by the Maroons freshman Lakin Wilkinson. First pitch to the right fielder Riley Osborne is outside. 9th man up for Cal Lu, leading off inning number 2 for them. And the next one is high. So Nicole Wong falls behind in the count again. It was a first pitch strike to 3 of her last 4 batters to end inning number 1. 2 of those resulted in outs. Next pitch is a strike right down the heart of the plate. And it's now 2 balls and a strike on Osborne. 2-1. Hit sharply foul the opposite way. Wong has battled back and evens the count 2-2. Nicole Wong allowed 5 base runners that first inning. 2 of them were on errors, but I see a couple of quick strikeouts here. The 2-2 is grounded to first base. Katoto does not have to move very much. She steps in the bag, and that's out number 1 in the home second. Lineup card turns over, bringing Mia Rivelis back to the plate. She led off the game with a firm single and came around to score in the first. Three for 9 on the season so far. First pitch from Wong is on the outside corner for strike 1. Would be very nice for Wong to get a 1-2-3 inning in here, get some of that confidence back as she is battling for that number 1 spot to replace Paige Hefke for U Chicago. Not easy shoes to fill. Nicole Wong definitely has the stuff, but has yet to put it all together for a full season. 0-2 pitch now after the foul ball by Rivelis is way outside, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 now, and Rivelis grounds it sharply on the first base line and foul. She fell behind 0-2 in her first at-bat as well, battled back to a 2-2 count, then hit a firm single over the head of Madeline Murphy to begin the game, and eventually spark a Cal Lutheran 2-run rally. The 1-2 coming from Wong, outside and low. And again, Mia Rivelis is battling here. Regals ahead 2-1, 1 man out. Second 2-2 pitch is on the outside, but called a ball, and the count now runs full to Mia Rivelis, who's looking to reach base for the second time today. Now the right-hander's 3-2 pitch, and time is called by Wong. Nicole Wong's pitch count already over 40. Need to see some quick outs coming up. She wants to go the distance here, and that pitch hits Rivelis, and would have been ball 4 regardless, but she reaches base for the second time today. 1 out and a man on for Cal Lutheran. Reyna Perez now steps up for Cal Lu. She walked her first time up. Entered the game with hits in 6 of her first 14 at-bats, plus 3 walks. First pitch from Wong is flied into the infield. Matilda Nelson runs it down, and that will be out number 2. So 1 pitch and 1 out for Reyna Perez. 2 gone in the second inning. That'll bring up Jessica Waters, who struck out her first time up. Waters the lone strikeout victim for either side so far. Batting her a second time here in the bottom of the second inning. Perez runs. Bosian throws a good one. Tag is safe. It took a while to get there, but it was very accurate from Mia Bosian. So now the fourth stolen base of the game against UChicago. The third by Mia Revelis. Junior from Goleta, California, has so far been running to her heart's content. RISP now with 2 outs in the second inning. And the pitch is flied in the infield. Wilkinson's over. Cataldo will call her off and make the catch. No harm done. Waters retired, and so is the side. We go to the third inning. Cal Lutheran leads UChicago 2-1 in the season opener. Top the third inning here from William Hutton Field. Cal Lutheran leads UChicago 2-1. Entering the third inning of play, the Maroons sent 5 to the plate last inning. Played at a run when Matilda Nelson reached on an error. Advanced to second on a base hit by Audrey Hoy, then to third on a wild pitch, and came home on some heads-up base running, resulting in an RBI for Hannah Schwager. So, small ball, maybe the name of the game for UChicago. In more ways than one, as here comes Lakin Wilkinson to the plate for her first time. The freshman standing in at just 5'3", one of the smallest players on the 20-player roster for UChicago. Wilkinson, Ding, and Murphy due up for the Maroons. So today's game at second base made a couple of errors in the first inning. Can make up for it with her bat here. She takes a strike on the outside corner. Maroons left a runner on third last inning. Mia Bosian put a pretty good swing into a ball, but flew out to right. Next pitch just misses the outside corner, and it's now a ball and a strike to Lakin Wilkinson in her first collegiate AB. 1-1 the count. Next pitch inside, called a strike. And now a ball and 2 strikes to the freshman, who has not yet lifted the bat from her shoulders. Now the 1-2. That's grounded. Slowly to second base. Strums up with it. Throws to Waters. Safe! Lakin Wilkinson beat it out. And her first collegiate hit is a hustle infield single. So congrats to her, the first member of UChicago's class of 2029 to get a hit, the freshman from Centennial, Colorado. Now Shenona Ding will come to the plate. Ding lines one hard to left. Wilkinson was running, and it is foul. Second time Ding's been to the plate today. She grounded out to Jessica Waters there at first base her first time up. Now the 0-1 to Ding. Outside, Wilkinson's running. Throw to second. And the ball was dropped. Lakin Wilkinson is safe. And the Maroons have a runner in scoring position. So the first career stolen base for Wilkinson, who is not wasting any time showing off that speed. First infield single. And now a stolen base for the Maroons' 9-hole hitter. A ball and a strike, the count to Shenona Ding, who can now drive in her first run with a firm base hit here. And it is on the outside corner, perfectly placed at Ding's knees for strike number 2. 1-2 the count to the sophomore from Palos Verdes, California. The pitch is swung on. That was way inside, and she was lucky to fight it off there. Count stays 1-2. No outs and a runner on second. The Maroons looking to drive in the game tying run here at the top of the third inning. 1-2 to Ding. He is lined and dropped by the shortstop. Wilkinson was running, and she is going to be tagged out. Lakin Wilkinson was just indecisive there. Stopped halfway to third when she realized that ball was not caught. And she is tagged out for the first out of the inning. And a mishap there for the freshman. She will learn, but tough pill to swallow as Ding reaches first base. Suppose it'll be a fielder's choice. Reached on a fielder's choice. Wilkinson out at third, so no base hit for Ding, but of course her prodigious base stealing abilities now reside at first base. Can get that runner back to second right away. Riley Correa's got to be careful here. First pitch to Murphy. Ding's running right away, and Correa will not even try to throw Sedona Ding out. She is into second without a throw. So, runners right back to second. First steal of the season, the 31st in the career of Sedona Ding, now in 37 attempts. Now the 1-0 pitch on the way to Madeline Murphy. It's outside, and it's ball two. 2 balls and no strikes. And we're back. Must have missed something. Count's still 1-0. Sorry, guys. Count is 1-0 to Murphy. After a short mound visit with pitcher Ali Forbell. Madeline Murphy looking for a resurgent senior season after she really broke out her sophomore year, but didn't have the same results last season. Next pitch, down and in. Ding is running again, and the pitch gets away from Carrillo, and Sedona Ding will take third on that one. A wild pitch moves the California native into third base. Chance to play a little small ball here if you're U Chicago. Infielders meeting up again as Forbell might need some water. Her pitch count's over 50 despite only having faced 10 batters so far. The Maroons have really made her work for each and every out. And gotta make sure she's okay. This is a very, very hot day. Let's be clear. We are in February. It is pushing 90 degrees there in California. And I'm very grateful to be calling this from back home in Hyde Park, where it's a much more reasonable temperature. The 2-0 pitch now after the mound visit. On the way to Murphy, swung on and grounded foul. So it'll take a lot of effort just to get to your normal pitch count in a game like this one, and I expect in this doubleheader the Maroons and Regals pitching that will be tested. Ground ball hit softly. Ding is not running, and a nice play there by Aviles to throw out Murphy for out number 2 of the inning. Aviles was playing in. Ding did not run. Ruth Kamak is acting as third base coach for U Chicago. Gives her a little high five. Murphy is the second out of the third inning, and now Natalie Antin a chance to drive in the game tying run. First pitch is way low and outside, and the same kind of pitch that Carrillo let get away from her the first time. That time she smothers it no problem. Want to know the count on Antin? Here's the next pitch. It's also outside. Back pick to third. Dings in safely. 2-0 now the count on Natalie Antin. Back-to-back 2-0 counts worked by Maroon batters. Still a chance to drive in the game-tying run or get the Maroons lead with a big fly. Anton takes on the inside corner. It's strike one. 2-1 now the count on Anton. .350 average a season ago. Flew to center her first time up. Back in her home state. Next pitch line down the left field line. It's going foul. Count evens now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So again, the Maroons working the count, but you really want to pay off that leadoff single by Wilkinson that turned into a Sonoma Ding base running game with a knock here. Anton through the left side, a base hit. This game is tied as Natalie Anton parks one into left field. Just what the doctor ordered for Natalie Anton, her first RBI, and we are tied at 2. Sonoma Ding scoring her first run of the 2026 season. Many more to come, we're sure. Anton now on first base. Runner on first, 2 outs. Olivia Cataldo is the batter. First pitch from Forbell. Anton bluffs. Pitch is taken low. And it is ball 1. Ali Forbell's pitch count is very close to 60 now. She is having to work every single at bat. 1-0 pitch is grounded softly to Aviles, who throws on the run to first base. Waters collects, and that will end the top of the third inning. But the Maroons tie the game at 2. We go to the home third, knotted up here on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Welcome back to U Chicago Softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. It is 2-2 between the U Chicago Maroons and Cal Lutheran Regals. In the bottom of the third inning, Nicole Wong of U Chicago's back out there as the Maroons have run up the pitch count of Cal Lu starter Ali Forbell. Nicole Wong has had to face a lot of batters, but not necessarily thrown more pitches because of that, but she has allowed a couple of runs. Would like an efficient inning here if you are the U Chicago start. She pours in a first pitch strike to the leadoff man, Danielle Diaz. Leadoff batter, I should say. Next pitch on the way to Diaz, fouled off, and the count is quickly 0-2 on the Cal Lu third baseman. Ding, 1 strikeout, 1 walk so far through 2 innings. Now the 0-2 to Diaz, grounded to first base. Cataldo reaches, grabs it, steps on the bag, and that is out number 1. So now 3 straight sat down by Nicole Wong, who's getting into somewhat of a rhythm as this game goes on after she was roughed up in the first, allowing 8 batters to reach. Gets a quick out number 1 there. Sophia Avalos now back up, who drove in the game's first run for Cal Lu. She grounds one fouled on the left field line. Maroons scored a run each in the second and the third. RBIs by Hannah Schwager and Natalie Anton. Slow pitches fly to center field, but it doesn't even leave the infield as Wilkinson makes that play, and that is out number 2. So Just 5 pitches needed to retire the first 2 batters. For Nicole Wong, 2 away, and that brings on the designated player, Grace Bracamontes. First pitch fouled back by Bracamontes. Nicole Wong has thrown nothing but strikes so far this inning. Now the 0-1 on the way to the designated player. That is just off the outside corner. Competitive pitch there from the Maroons senior, but it is ball 1. First ball of the inning. Now the 1-1 is flied and caught on the run by Wilkinson, who makes the second unassisted putout of the inning, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for Nicole Wong in just 8 pitches. So we go to the 4th inning. It is 2-2 between UChicago and Cal Lutheran. Welcome back to UChicago Softball on Graham's Sportscasting Channel, where the Maroons have scored a run in each of the last 2 innings, and meanwhile, they have kept the home team, Cal Lutheran, off the scoreboard across that same time frame. 5, 6, and 7 due up for UChicago. Matilda Nelson, Audrey Hoyen, and Hannah Schwager, the latter of whom knocked in her first career run in inning number 2. Cal Lou's Allie Forbell has already had to throw 60 pitches through the first 3 innings. First pitch is skied to right field by Nelson. On the run, that'll drop in. Extra bases for the Maroon Junior. And Matilda Nelson checks in with a leadoff double. So right away, the Maroons have their first extra base hit of 2026. And who else should it be but Matilda Nelson? Another mound visit. This time the pitching coach is coming out, and we'll see if that is it for Allie Forbell. And she is indeed exiting the circle, gives a hug, and her day is done. 3+ innings pitched for Allie Forbell. Surrendered 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned. Did not strike out any batters or walk any batters, and is responsible for the runner on second. We'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Now entering the game in relief for the home team, Cal Lutheran Regals. With nobody out in the 4th, it's Ava Torre, sophomore right-hander from Cathedral Catholic High School in San Diego, making her second pitching appearance of the season. Last time out against Chapman, she surrendered no runs and 1 hit in 2 innings pitched. 1 walk and 1 strikeout across that time span. Of course, that was in the Chapman series, so Cal Lu did not score any runs to help her out. She is due to face Audrey Hoy, Hannah Schwager, and Mia Bosian. Runner on second with nobody out. Torre's first pitch is inside for ball one on Schwager. I missed something. Let's see. The Maroons pinch ran Ashley Boodoo for Matilda Nelson during that outage. And now it's a deep fly ball to left field for Audrey Hoy. It will hook foul. So Boodoo pinch ran. And Audrey Hoy puts bat to ball for a single that advanced Boodoo to third, and then Hoy headed to second base. So it is second and third and an 0-2 count for Schwager. The pitch to her is taken inside for a ball. Sorry about that miss. We did have a stream outage, and I am not in California right now, I'm sorry to say. Boodoo on third, Hoy on second. 1-2 pitch coming to U Chicago's Hannah Schwager. Here she comes. High for ball two. 2 balls and 2 strikes now the count on Hannah Schwager. Already drove in her first career run back in the second inning on a 5-3 ground out. Now here comes the 2-2 pitch from Torre, and time called. Torre requested it, and so Schwager will step out of the box in her second collegiate AB. Chicago has put the ball in play every single time so far this game. No walks and no strikeouts for the Maroon hitters through 3 innings and change. Boodoo on third, Hoy on second. The Maroons forced out starter Ali Forbell after just 3 innings of work. Ava Torre in the game in relief. The San Diego native facing off against Hannah Schwager. Chance to drive in 2 for Schwager. The 2-2 pitch is fouled. Already a couple of base knocks for you, Chicago. And now the right-hander's payoff pitch is fly to center field. That will not escape the infield, and the Maroon runners will have to stay put. It is caught by Abeles, and Hannah Schwager pops out to short, and that is out number 1. So 1 out for Ava Torre, runners still on second and third, and that will bring on Mia Bosian. Bosian flied to right her first time up. Looking for a big base knock to set the tone for 2026 season. Would drive in the go-ahead run, would she do so? First pitch on the way to Bosian. Lined up the middle, base hit for Bosian. And she does just that. She sends it through the middle. And that will give the Maroons the lead. Mia Bosian. Hopefully a sign of things to come. An RBI base hit on the first pitch she sees. It is 3-2 U Chicago, and they have their first lead of 2026. Hoy advanced to third on that base hit for Bosian. And so now it is first and third, still only 1 out for Cal Lutheran's Ava Torre. She's already surrendered 2 hits. Up next for you, Chicago, Lakin Wilkinson is the 5th batter to the plate for the Maroons. Chance to pile on the runs here and take a big lead at the midway point of this game, as your starter Nicole Wong has started to cruise a little bit. See if we're back. We are having some technical difficulties right now on my end. Wilkinson hit a slow ground ball to third and beat out the throw. So it was an infield single for Wilkinson after a stolen base by Bosey, and the Maroons now have them loaded, and they have 4 hits now in the inning. Sedona Ding is due up for you, Chicago, and she takes a look at strike 1. Now the 0-1 pitch, and that is going to be a ball 1, a little bit low to Ding. 0 for 1, 0 for 2 today. She scored a run after reaching on a fielder's choice back in the 3rd inning. Bases loaded, 1 out and a 1-1 count on the way to Ding. And that is grounded sharply off the pitcher, and the throw goes to first, and Ding is out. The run does score, though. Hoy comes home. Is she out? She is not out. Sedona Ding reached on that. Another infield single for you, Chicago. So that's Ding knocking in her first run of 2026. The Maroons now lead it 4-2, and there is still only 1 out. So Torre's day did not go how it planned. She's going to stay in the game. Needs to give some length after the starter only went 3, but now Madeline Murphy's due up, trying to do some real damage here. Murphy 0 for 2, a couple grounded to the shortstop. The first pitch to her is low. That'll be ball 1. 6th batter to the plate for you, Chicago. 7th batter, and 5 have had hits. Only out was made by Hannah Schwager. And next pitch is low as well, and Madeline Murphy's gotten herself into a favorable count. It is now 2-0. The senior looking to put a stamp on this game early in the 4th. 2 out to Murphy is high and inside, but called a strike. Thought that was at her neck level, but it was called strike 1, and she'll have to dig deeper now against Torre. The right-hander is 2-1 pitch now coming up. Here she comes. It is high. That is ball 3. 3 balls and a strike with the bases loaded to Madeline Murphy. She's seeking her first hit of this fresh new season. Nowhere to put Murphy. The 3-1 pitch from Torre is way inside, and that is ball 4. Madeline Murphy walks, gets the RBI, and Ava Torre walks in a run here in the 4th inning. Bosian scores on that one. The Maroons now lead it 5-2. So now a mound visit with Torre, who has only gotten 1 out. She got Schwager to pop up to short. That was it so far, and she is just not having a very good day. Now 6 of the 7 U Chicago batters have reached base. The bases are still juiced. Only 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. The Maroons ahead by 3 runs. Torrey will remain in the game. 8th batter to the plate this inning is Natalie Antin, looking to keep the damage coming. After walking in a run, how will the San Diego native respond? Trying to keep Cal Lu in this game. First pitch is nowhere close to the strike zone. At the head level of Natalie Antin, it's a ball and no strikes. Not the kind of pitch you want to see right after a mound visit. The pressure is continuing to build on this Cal Lutheran team to get some outs to keep themselves in the game going to the bottom of the 4th. 1-0. That's also inside. We're going to hit by pitch if Anton didn't move. And Ava Torrey just cannot find the strike zone right now. It's 2-0. Top of the 4th, 1 out. Bases loaded. Natalie Antin at the dish. 2-0 pitch. That'll clip the outside corner, and a badly needed strike 1 there for Torrey. 5 hits, a walk, and 1 out made for the 7 Maroon batters so far in this inning. Antin can do some real damage here. Cataldo and then Nelson on deck. And Antin flies it to right. It'll go foul, and they will not run it down, even in the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Chance for a big out number 2 here for Antin. For Torrey, rather, to retire Antin. She is 1 for 2 today. A fly to center and a single. The single knocked in a run. Now the 2-2 from Torrey is lined back up the middle. It'll be caught by the center fielder, and the tag to second is perfect as Ding got back in. Wilkinson scores from third. It's a sac fly for Natalie Antin, and that will drive in U Chicago's 6th run of the ball game. First run scored by Lakin Wilkinson in her collegiate career, on the 2nd RBI of 2026 for Natalie Antin. Maroons now lead it 6-2. Olivia Cataldo is up next for U Chicago. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. We thought that Torrey might lose all control after falling behind 2 to Antin. First pitch is well outside to Cataldo, and it's a ball and no strikes. 9th batter to the plate for U Chicago. One of just 3 Maroons so far today without a hit. Trying to change that on this 1-0 pitch, and that is down low and inside. Back pick to the shortstop. No idea where you're throwing that one. Aviles collects it. 2-0 now the count. 3 straight batters now that Torrey has fallen behind 2-0. She's thrown a quality pitch on this count each of the last 2 ABs, though. Now the 2-0. That is low. Ball 3. Carrillo didn't frame it perfectly because she was looking to back pick Ding at second again, who has threatened to run a couple times but has not gone through with it. 3-0 now the count on Cataldo. Third base is empty. 3-0. That is on the inside corner, and it is strike 1. Needed that one if you're Torrey. You do not want to extend this inning any further. Now the 3-1 is fouled back by Cataldo, and that will run the count full. So Torrey did not give in, and she is a strike away from escaping a miserable inning for the Cal Lutheran pitching staff. The right-handers payoff pitch to Cataldo. And here she comes. It is high and dropped by the catcher, and that is ball 4 to Olivia Cataldo, and the inning will continue. Murphy moves to second. Ding moves to third on that walk. And now Matilda Nelson will come to the plate for the second time this inning. She was substituted out for Ashley Boodoo as a pinch runner. I believe she can re-enter at this point. And Coach Kamak just clearing that up with the umpire, and we're all good here. Nelson hit a leadoff double in this inning, now as the 10th batter to the plate. Looking to do some big damage with this swing. Runners at every base, 2 outs, top of the 4th. Hard swing and miss by Nelson. Nelson 1 for 2. She reached on an error and hit a ringing double earlier this inning into the right center field gap. She scored on both those trips. 6-2 Maroons in front. 0-1 to Nelson. Ground ball. It's snared by the third baseman who pulls it down, but it's foul. 0-2 now. So Matilda Nelson on a big hole. 7 home runs a season ago. Only one of 5 seasons in Chicago history to do that. And now the 0-2 pitch is high for ball 1 to Nelson. From Lima Senior High School in Lima, Ohio. Yes, that is how it's pronounced. Had an excellent breakout season last year. The 1-2. Fly ball to deep left, but it is playable, and Perez has it caught for out number 3. Maroons send 10 to the plate and score 4 runs in inning number 4. They take command of this game. It is Chicago 6 and Cal Lutheran 2, doubleheader game 1 on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Welcome back to Chicago softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. The Maroons score 4 times in the top of the 4th inning, sending 10 batters to the plate, and they have now taken a 6-2 lead on the home Cal Lutheran Regals. Nicole Wong is Chicago's pitcher, lest you forget. She has been sitting a while, but has also sat down 7 of her last 8 batters. Has only allowed 2 hits. The last one was to shortstop Sophia Aviles in the 1st inning. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Cal Lutheran. Riley Carrillo will bat. Carrillo reached on an error by Lakin Wilkinson the first time up. Nicole Wong has done good so far after a shaky first inning. She has settled in nicely. Took just 8 pitches to retire the side in order in the third. Her first is a little bit high and outside. It's a ball and no strikes to Carrillo. I'll lose Ava Torre through 34 pitches in the top of the fourth inning. Pitches fouled back by Carrillo. So we'll see if she continues on. That's a lot of pitches to throw in one inning. She faced 9 batters before eventually getting the 3 outs required to end it. 1-1 coming from Wong. It's a slow breaking ball that dips a little low when it's ball 2. 2 balls and a strike now to Carrillo. And next pitch, grounded sharply. Murphy snares it, throws in a Cataldo at first, and it's in time for out number 1. Now 6 consecutive batters sat down by Nicole Wong. Good piece of defense there from Madeline Murphy, the anchor there at shortstop for Ruth Kamak's team, who is 11 outs away from getting win number 1 of their 2026 campaign. Brooke Strom is batting. 6-4 putout ended the first inning with her at the plate. Now up here for the second time against Nicole Wong. First pitch inside for ball 1. Next pitch is going to clip the outside corner. It's a ball and a strike now for Wong, who has really gotten into the pitch count as well. She threw a lot of pitches in the first inning, but since then has not had to go the distance in any of these at-bats. A ball outside to Strom makes it 2-1 and could change that, though. Second straight 4+ pitch, AB. 2-1 to Strom now, and it's grounded to Murphy, who snares it, throws to first, and there's 2 away. In inning number 4, Nicole Wong has sat down 7 in a row. So, excellent work so far for the Maroons senior, as can't lie, some of us might have been a little worried after that first inning that maybe the Maroons don't have an answer for Hefke, and they still might not, but she is doing great. First pitch grounded, Wilkinson to her right, throws to first, and it is in time to get Riley Osborne by a step. How about back-to-back perfect innings for Nicole Wong in under 10 pitches, no less? She retires the Regals in order again. We go top 5. It is UChicago 6 and Cal Lutheran 2. Welcome back to UChicago softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. It is the Maroons 6 and the Cal Lutheran Regals 2 as we reach the 5th inning of play here in the 2026 season opener. UChicago sent 10 batters to the plate against Cal Lutheran in the top of the 4th inning and made the relief pitcher Ava Torre throw 34 pitches to get the needed 3 out. She's staying out there to begin the 5th inning. Her offense has not helped her out much after the first inning. UChicago senior Nicole Wong has sat down 8 consecutive batters. Still only 1 strikeout for Wong, but no strikeouts so far for the Maroon batters, who have come to the plate 23 times and been punched out none. 6, 7, and 8 due up for UChicago. Audrey Hoy leads things off against Ava Torre. 6-2 Maroons in front in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch on the way. It's a ball to Hoy. Hoy 2 for 2 today, a couple singles. Second pitch will bounce in front of the plate, get through the legs of the catcher Carrillo, and it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Something that Torre fell into a bunch in that fourth inning, just could not get into any kind of favorable count. When she did, she got the inning-ending out from Matilda Nelson, so that will be a point of emphasis for her, I imagine, after this game concludes. Next pitch is right down the middle for a called strike. 2-1 the count now on the Maroons Jr., and Hoy takes a bit low, and it's a 3-ball, 1 strike count. She is looking to reach base for the third time today. Cal Lutheran's Keisha Davis looking for her 20th win in her second stint at Cal Lutheran. It would be her 141st win overall. She had a stint with the Regals all the way back in 1994 to 98. So she is well traveled, that's for sure. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way to Hoy. It's outside in ball 3. And now Ava Torres' 3-1 pitch coming up. And that is down low, but called a strike. Hoy does not seem to disagree with it, so it was a good one at the knees. Count's full. Hannah Schwager on deck. Audrey Hoy looking to reach for the third time in this contest. Now the 3-2 pitch that is popped up in the infield, and it's run down and caught by Jessica Waters, and there is out number 1. First time today that Audrey Hoy has been retired. So 1 out and nobody on for you, Chicago, in the top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up Hannah Schwager. Schwager takes the first pitch. It's a slow breaking ball, a little bit inside on her, and the count is a ball and no strikes. Still looking for her first collegiate base knock. She had her first RBI back in the 2nd inning. Driving in on a ding. Make it Nelson, I'm sorry. And a fly ball deep to left center field on the run and caught near the warning track with the center fielder Revelis. Pretty good swing put on that one by Schwager, but she is out number 2, and a couple of swift outs for Ava Torre, something she badly needed in this game. Two outs, top of the 5th. Mia Bosian comes to the plate. 1 for 2 with an RBI. She's looking for a good start to her season after a pretty rough sophomore campaign, but her freshman numbers prove she can do much better than that. First pitch is outside to her, and now Torres' 1-0 pitch to Bosian is a slow breaking ball that clips the inside corner. It's a ball and a strike to Mia. Maroons play 4 games this weekend. This Cal Lutheran doubleheader. Then they play Chapman and Bridgewater, Virginia on Sunday. A day off on Saturday to go watch other U Chicago events. Bosian drives one deep into the gap in right center field. It's down for extra bases. Mia Bosian checks in with a multi-hit day in the season opener. And a pretty oppo taco there. No, it wasn't a home run, but that certainly was a taco. And Mia Bosian, how about it? Just 2 multi-hit games all of last season. She's got her first one of 2026 here, reaching scoring position with 2 outs. That'll bring on freshman Lakin Wilkinson, who's 2 for 2 so far this game. A chance to drive in her first collegiate run if she can get Bosian across the plate. Ground ball up the middle. Shortstop has no chance of throwing out the speedy Wilkinson. It is the third base hit for the U Chicago freshman today. Bosian to third. Maroons have him on the corners with 2 batters out. So a 3-for-3 day for Lakin Wilkinson. She's really shown off her speed. She has legged out a couple of infield singles, stolen a base back in the third inning, I'm sorry. The lineup card flips over. The Maroons will pinch hit for Ding, and they'll bring in a freshman, Nanako Schroff. This will be her first collegiate plate appearance, and a chance to drive in some runs. Pinch hitting for Ding. Wilkinson's off right away. The throw to second is nowhere close. Second career stolen base for Lakin Wilkinson. That puts 2 in scoring position for U Chicago. Maroons trying to push 2 more across, making an 8-2 ball game here in the 5th inning. Ava Torre has had to labor. The 1-0 to Schroff, and it's swung on and missed, and the count is now a ball and a strike. Schroff on the Japan 18U softball team comes over to Hyde Park and now takes a pitch on the outside corner. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Schroff. And a swing and a miss. Schroff is put away. First strikeout of the day for Cal Lutheran. Schroff is retired, and that will end the top of the 5th. The Maroons maintain their lead. It is 6-2 over Cal Lutheran on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Bottom of the 5th inning here in Thousand Oaks, California. U Chicago ahead of Cal Lutheran 6-2 in the softball season opener. A 4-run 4th inning tore things open. The Maroons now have 10 hits so far on the day. Nicole Wong has retired 8 consecutive batters. 1 strikeout, 1 walk for her today. She faces the top of the order. Mia Revelis hits it right back up the middle on the first pitch, and that will break that streak. She has a firm base hit and reaches for the 3rd time this game. Revelis has already ran wild on the base of the transfer from Santa Barbara Community College. 3 for 3 stealing bases so far today. And Davis swings and misses. Perez, and a Mia Bosian's looking at Revelis the whole way, so need those whiffs. 0-1 now to Perez is low, and that is ball 1. Perez 0 for 1 today. She walked, came around to score, and was forced out by Nelson. Next pitch is lined over Nelson's head and into left field for a base hit. And now the Regals have a couple of runners aboard already with nobody out. First base hit of the day for Perez. Moves runners to first and second. And the biggest threat they have presented since the first inning. Third and fourth hits of the game for Cal Lutheran. Mirabal has had one of the prior two alongside the shortstop Sophia Avalos. Jessica Waters now comes up. She's over 2 today. First pitch on the outside. Chicago threatened with a couple of base runs in the fifth inning. They did not score. Nanako Schroth striking out for the first time all day for Chicago. Nicole Wong looking to keep this at 2 runs, but she falls behind 2-0 now on Waters as her second pitch is high. Needs to find a quality pitch here. Waters takes a good one in the inside corner, and the count is now 2 balls and a strike. Wong's 2-1 pitch is fly to right and foul. So the count now evens. Nicole Wong only 1 strikeout today. It was of Waters back in the first inning. Trying to get number 2 on the day. Here is Wong's 2-2 pitch. Fly to right field and going foul. Dings over for a look. And she will have it fall, and that is the count staying at 2-2 to Waters. Nicole Wong looking for her second strikeout. The 2-2 is lined foul the other way. Waters hanging in there. This will be the longest at bat that Wong has had to go through so far in this ball game. She's retired 12 batters. 2-2 is fouled off again. And Jessica Waters really making the Maroon senior work now. Nicole Wong, the leader of the Women's Student Athlete Advisory Committee here at the University of Chicago. A leader for this team and all of Chicago athletics. Trying to hunker down on the softball field here. 2-2. And it's laced to right field. Cataldo cannot run down the foul ball. It'll be at least an 9-pitch AB for Waters, who is just fighting off the offerings that Wong gives her. The 9th pitch of this AB. 2-2 from Wong. Ground ball, Nelson can't handle it. She falls over, tags the bag, and knocks it over, and the runner is safe. Nelson had a routine pick play there, but might have been thinking what to do with the ball and ended up doing nothing, and that means the bases are now loaded with nobody out here at the bottom of the 5th inning. Mound visit with Wong. Coach Kamak heading out to talk with an umpire about that last play, but it looks like Wong will stay in here. Her pitch count still in okay shape. It's at 75 right now. But with the base loaded and nobody out, the tying run is at the plate. It is Danielle Diaz, the big third baseman for Cal Lutheran. Entered the game batting .267, 0 for 2 today. Was the beneficiary of one of the Maroons' 3 errors in this ball game. Nicole Wong likes to pitch to contact, so she wants to lift the ball here, drive in a run. Bases loaded, nobody out. First pitch from Wong, laced right back up the middle and through for a base hit. One run is in. The other runner will stop at third. Perez. That makes it a 6-3 ball game and an RBI single by Danielle Diaz. First hit, first RBI of the game for Diaz. Her fourth RBI on the year, leading the Cal Lutheran Regals. Now Sophia Avalos, who had the only other hit for Cal Lu entering this inning. First pitch is skied to left field. Into no man's land it drops. Hoy throws to third, and they will force the runner out at third, but another run will score. Perez does score. It is a 7-5 putout for Avalos and an RBI. Perez comes around to score. It is 6-4 with one out now in the fifth inning. Perez and Rebels have now scored twice each. Next pitch. On the way, and it is hit to the shortstop, and no throw goes, but Murphy catches it for out number 2 on the line out by Grace Bracamontes. 2 away now in the fifth inning as Riley Carrillo comes to the plate. So good base running by Cal Lu to not get themselves thrown out of the inning. Now a pinch runner coming into the game for the Regals. It is Elizabeth Marks entering to pinch run at second base for Danielle Diaz. Tying run on first. Go ahead run at the plate in the form of Riley Carrillo, who is 0 for 2 today. Nicole Wong 1 out away from getting out of it. First pitch brushes the inside corner, and it's strike 1 to Carrillo. Wong's pitch count nearing 80 at the end of her fifth inning of work. Next one just off the outside corner, and the count is now a ball and a strike to Carrillo. Wong wants to work fast. Now the 1-1. Right back to Wong. She snares it, throws to first for out number 3. So 2 runs score after the Regals get bases loaded with nobody out, but they do not tie the game. We go to the 6th inning of play. It is UChicago 6 and Cal Lutheran 4. Top of the 6th inning here in Thousand Oaks, California. UChicago's lead has been cut in half. It is now 6-4 with 2 innings left to go in game number 1 of 40 of the 2026 season. Coming up next is the second game of this doubleheader. Alana Kimball expected to go for UChicago, but the Maroons could change that up a bit if they have some surprises for us. UChicago and Cal Lutheran going head-to-head twice. The Regals 1-4, 0-3 in SIAC play to begin their season. The first time that UChicago has ever taken on an opponent from this conference. They'll do it 3 times in the next 3 days. Ava Torre back out to face 2, 3, and 4 for U Chicago. Madeline Murphy is the batter. First pitch to her is off the outside corner, and it's a ball and no strikes. Ava Torre has had trouble finding the strike zone at times, but has walked only a couple of batters. Has mostly thrown strikes once she's gotten into unfavorable counts. Swing and a miss by Murphy. And the count is now a ball and a strike. She has also induced some whiffs. She has gotten the Maroons to swing and miss more than her predecessor, Allie Forbell, did, but in terms of run prevention, about the same. Next pitch is on the outside corner, and Murphy caught looking at the ball and 2 strikes. Torre looks in and delivers the 1-2, which Murphy swings and misses, and she is down on strikes. The second strikeout for Ava Torre, and the Maroons are 1 away in the 6th inning. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Ava Torre, who's produced 4 whiffs in her last 2 batters. Natalie Antin now to the plate. Antin is 1 for 2 today, a sac fly, and now a fly ball to left field. All the way over is the shortstop Aviles to come run that down and make the catch. And quickly 2 away in the road 6th inning. Bringing up Olivia Cataldo for U Chicago. Maroons 6, Regals 4. U Chicago scored 4 times in the 4th inning, once each in the 2nd and 3rd to get to where they're at. Check swing for Cataldo. It is a strike called, and the count's 0-1 as Torre is looking much more efficient this inning. Cataldo, the only Maroon without either a hit or an RBI. Fly ball into left field. Perez is over. Makes the catch, and the Maroons go quietly in the 6th. 1-2-3 for Ava Torre. We go bottom 6 here on Graham Sportscasting Channel. U Chicago 6 and Cal Lutheran 4. Welcome back to U Chicago softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Nicole Wong's day is done. She pitched 5 innings, allowed 2 earned runs, 4 total runs, and she will now give way to a new face. It's Evelyn So out of the bullpen for U Chicago. Right-handed pitcher from Hunter College in New York City. Was U Chicago's number 4 pitcher last year as a freshman, environmental science major in the class of 2028. Coming in to protect a 2-run lead. The final line for Nicole Wong: 5 innings pitched, 81 pitches, 4 runs, 2 earned, 6 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. In line for the win if U Chicago can hold on to this lead. 6 outs to go. Evelyn So ready to work against the Cal Lutheran hitters. She is facing 8, 9, and 1 in this 6th inning. Making her first appearance of the season. First pitch from So is way outside, and it's ball 1. U Chicago was sat down in order in the top of this inning for just the second time all game, giving the Cal Lu offense a chance to explode back into this one. Next pitch is outside, ball two. 2 balls and no strikes, and So's location has not been crisp so far. A season ago, a 7.50 ERA and 8 appearances allowed 3 base runners an inning. If that trend continues, it could not be a fun day for U Chicago, and now a 3-0 count as that next pitch misses high, and So having trouble right now. 15 walks in 9.1 innings pitched last year. The 3-0 from So is way outside. 4-pitch walk to lead things off for Brooks Strom, who reaches base for the first time today, and that is about the opposite of what you want to see if you're Evelyn So right now. Mia Bosi and her catcher giving her a couple words from behind the dish where she is. Riley Osborne is slated to bat, but we'll have a pinch hitter for Cal Lutheran. It is Cassie J. Making her second at-bat of the season. Sophomore from Spokane, Washington. First pitch to J is low, ball 1. 5 pitches now for Evelyn So, and all of them have missed the strike zone. 1-0 pitch now on the way to J is fly to center field. Anton's got a beat on it. She makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So the first pitch that is a strike for So results in out number 1. 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. U Chicago ahead 6-4. Runner on first, and the top of the order now due up. U Chicago has not been able to retire Mia Revelis yet today. 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Scored twice. First pitch from So is way outside. Need to see some more strikes here if you're Evelyn So. A season ago, 15 walks to just 3 strikeouts. 1-0 from her is bunted. So will try and field it, and there will be no chance. It's a perfect bunt for Revelis, who has her 3rd base hit of the day and puts the tying run on base. Strom moves to second on the bunt. 3 for 3 now, and she has reached base all 4 times. Bringing on Cal Lutheran's top hitter through this part of the season, it's Reina Perez, representing the go-ahead run. Runners on first and second, 1 out for Evelyn So. Shows bunt, pulls back and lines it just foul past Nelson. Would have been a run if that stayed fair, as Hoy was not in a great position to go cut it off. Evelyn So looking to hold down the fort. Nicole Wong went 5 innings. Now So in relief. The 0-1. Ground ball. Wilkinson only played a first, and she'll make that play. Both runners advance, but they are now 2 outs in the 6th inning. Jessica Waters due up next with a tying run on second base. Her team down 2 runs. U Chicago needs 4 more outs to secure a Game 1 victory. Jessica Waters stands in against So. Here comes the sophomore's first pitch. Line drive, left field, caught by Audrey Hoy, and that will do it for inning number 6. Cal Lu threatens they do not score. We move to inning number 7 with U Chicago still ahead 6-4. Welcome back to U Chicago Softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. With 1 inning left to go, it is U Chicago 6 and Cal Lutheran 4. Evelyn So with a scoreless 6th inning for the Maroons to help put them 3 outs away from a season-opening victory. Ava Torre continues on for Cal Lutheran. She has pitched 3 full innings now in relief. Nelson, Hoy, and Schwager are due up to face her. Would love a big hit here from Nelson to add to this 2-run lead. Give yourself a little bit of insurance. First pitch to her is swung on and laced right center field gap. That is going to be caught by Emma Riley Osborne. Nelson gave it a pretty good ride, but she is out number 1 pitch and 1 out for Ava Torre. With a process like the one that she's putting on, she will get those home runs eventually. She's put a couple of really good swings on these balls. A little bit more power in the exit the ballpark. First pitch to Hoy is a ball. 1 out in the top of the 7th inning for U Chicago. Leading 6-4, scoring 4 of their runs in the 4th inning, forcing out the Cal Lutheran starter Allie Forbell, then teeing off against the reliever Ava Torre. Torre's second pitch is low for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Audrey Hoy. Torre's pitch count is approaching 60. She's gone 3.1 innings, but has generally been solid in relief after that blow-up 4th inning. Third pitch is a ball to Hoy, and it's now 3 balls and no strikes. See if Torre can find the strike zone here. Behind in the count. The 3-0 pitch is outside, and it is a 4-pitch walk for Audrey Hoy. She reaches base for the 3rd time this game. Maroons have a little bit of insurance now on the base paths. First pitch now on the way to Schwager is down and out for ball 1. We presume that Evelyn So will try to complete the 6-out save for U Chicago when she comes back out there. 1-0 pitch now. Schwager shows bunt, pulls back, and takes ball 2 with the infield crashing in on her. 6 straight balls now thrown by Ava Torre, and her catcher Riley Carrillo coming out for a brief mound visit. Two 2-0 the count. 6 straight balls thrown by Torre. So she will take a moment to relax herself and get settled back in here with a runner on first and 1 out. 6-4 Maroons leading. Top of the 7th inning. Now the 2-0 pitch. That is way inside. Gets away from the catcher Carrillo. And the runner advances to second. Looks for third. And she'll go back. Audrey Hoy on the wild pitch. 3-0 now the count. Ava Torre still no closer to finding that mythical strike zone. And Carrillo pointing toward the bullpen now, but Torre will continue on. Her control has waned significantly in these last couple of batters, almost giving up a home run to Nelson. Last pitch, outside, ball 4. Back-to-back 4-pitch walks now issued to Hoy and then to Schwager. So now Mia Bosian will stand in, and Torre is continuing on despite the ball streak. Big hit here would cap off a good day for Bosian. She's 2 for 3 with a double. She looks at strike one, and Torre needed that one to hit the strike zone badly. She does so, and now she gets ahead of Bosian. The junior looking for her third hit today. The 0-1 is flown straight into the air. It will not leave the infield as Diaz catches it. The third baseman makes the play, and there is out number 2. So 2 gone in the 7th inning, and that'll bring up Lakin Wilkinson, who has not been retired yet today. She is 3 for 3 in her first collegiate game, and may not be staying in that 9-hole for long. First pitch is driven to the right center field gap. Over is the center fielder Reveles, and she makes the catch just shy of the warning track for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Last chance coming up for Cal Lutheran, down to their final 3 outs on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Welcome back to Chicago Softball on Graham Sportscasting Channel. Last chance for Cal Lutheran coming up after the top of the order was retired by Chicago's Evelyn So, and now it'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the home Regals as they look to avoid falling to 1 and 5 while Chicago looks for a season opening victory here in 2025. Diaz, Aviles, and Bracamontes are due up for the home team. Evelyn So looking for career save number 1. Her first pitch on the way to Diaz is down a little bit low, but it's called strike 1. Diaz is 1 for 3 today, reached on an error in the first inning, had a single back in the 5th off of Nicole Wong. Next pitch is way inside Diaz, brushes her back. A ball and a strike now to the cleanup hitter for Cal Lutheran. And now the 1-1 pitch from the sophomore So is grounded sharply through the left side for a base hit. Murphy cannot get to it, and the tying run will come to the plate. Back-to-back hits now for Danielle Diaz. And so that means that the tying run is aboard. Not aboard. She'll be at the plate. Sophia Aviles, who has had a pretty good day herself. She was victim of a 7-5 putout way back in the 5th inning. Kind of stifled the rally and allowed Nicole Wong to wiggle her way out of a jam, allowing just 2 runs after bases loaded, no outs. First pitch way inside on Aviles. The count's 1-0. So now a quick visit with the hitter. Evelyn So's all alone on the mound out there while Sophia Avalos gets some extra instructions, it appears. Elsewhere in the state of California, Chicago baseball is taking on Pomona Pitzer in a 3-game series. The Sagehens, the 19th ranked team in the country. But the softball team looking to close this out. Next pitch is a strike. Right down the heart of the plate. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on of Avalos. The 1-1 pitch, as So just stepped out. Looked like time was called, and they will call a balk, it appears. Something's happening over there on the mound. They pointed at Evelyn So. And looks like time may have been called before that pitch went up. So no balk, but confusion for everyone involved. The count is still a ball and a strike. Chicago looking for win number 1 of 2026. The 1-1 pitch now on the way. We're having stream issues, I'm sorry. We'll get that back up for you as soon as we can. Right now, we cannot. And it is a base hit through the left side for Avalos. So 2 on with nobody out now for Cal Lutheran. The Regals have brought in a pinch runner for Diaz. It is Horton of Cal Lutheran. Still waiting to see when this video will come back. Of course, I am not in California. Cannot telepathically see what's happening here as this 7th inning continues on. We know that the Regals have 2 runners on and nobody out. Horton on second, Aviles on first. Evelyn So on the mound for Chicago. She's given up 3 hits so far in her 1+ innings of work. Still waiting to see how this one ends, as we still have no video. We do have live stats, and that tells us that pinch hitter Brandenburg struck out swinging, and then Matilda Nelson put out Carrillo at third base. So there are now 2 away for Cal Lutheran. Tying run still on first base. The batter right now is Brooke Strom. We do not know how she is doing. The count now a ball and 2 strikes of Evelyn So. One strike away from securing a win in this doubleheader. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. From So to Strom. Ball 3. Count now full. Still no video of what's happening. Sorry about that. Just trying to figure out how this is going on. It's a 3-2 full count. And she walks. Strom walks. The bases are now loaded. 6-4. Cal Lutheran trails U Chicago. The 9-hole due up next for the home team. Riley Osborne is due up to bat. We'll see if she does. They'll pinch run a couple of runners. Osborne will have Gonzalez come in. Urgel will check in for Carrillo. So Gonzalez is the pinch hitter for Cal Lutheran. 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom of the 9th. Regals down a couple of runs. Riley Gonzalez making her second at-bat of the season. Evelyn So trying to shut things down here in the 7th inning. A ball and a strike to count. Again, I do not see what is happening. Simply trying to use live stats. Strike 2 now. That So throws to Gonzalez, and she's again 1 strike away from a season-opening victory. Just has to get one more good pitch in there to Gonzalez to end this ball game. And Gonzalez parks a single through the right side. It will score 1, but not 2. RBI for Riley Gonzalez brings it to the top of the order. 6-5 is now your score. And that will bring up Mia Revelis, who has not been retired yet today. Evelyn So has now thrown 33 pitches in an effort to get this save, but she is backed against the wall. Maroons ahead by just a run. Revelous is a line drive, and it's caught by Lakin Wilkinson, and that will end the game. So U Chicago is your winner today. Despite being pushed to the brink, the Maroons finally get the leadoff hitter Revelous out, and that will end today's proceedings. Game 1 of the doubleheader is done. U Chicago is your winner, 6-5, and we'll be back in about half an hour for game number 2 from Thousand Oaks, California on Graham Sportscasting Channel.